Hello, Donna. Really appreciate you taking time out of your evening. I know it's late for you to come on for this interview. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Vakos. Thank you for actually having me on. It's a pleasure. Look, it's been crazy the last few days actually, with all the revenue and everything just going like blowing up through the roof. Really opened my eyes to what e-com actually is as a whole, and how it is a profitable industry, and how there is still a lot of money out there still to be grabbed. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So to clarify for the audience, you posted a screenshot in the Wins channel that you've generated $20,000 in revenue in the past 3 days, of which 10,000 is profit. Is that correct?
That's correct. So yeah, like over the last 3 days, I've been focusing on organic TikTok. So it's opened my eyes to the whole experience, how TikTok, how everything, social media as a whole can actually go worldwide. So I posted a TikTok. A few days later, it went viral. With it going viral, first couple of days, it was getting like 20 sales. I was like, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that there's no advertising costs and just doing this. Like the third day, bang, through the roof, 100 plus sales. My phone was blowing up. I've never seen so much activity. Like it blew my mind, to say the least, to see what actually the power of the internet actually has on everything. That was such a cool experience. Still gives me goosebumps now thinking about it, because it was amazing to see.
How did this all begin for you? What is your backstory?
So look, it began back in, I think, about May 2022. So at the time, I was sort of learning dropshipping on the side. Like I was in a good paying job, a well-paying job actually, and was sort of it wasn't giving me what I wanted anymore. So I wanted something different. I wanted to get out of. I was in construction. I wanted to get out of construction. Like it just didn't feel right for me anymore. So I was studying dropshipping on the side, just watching YouTube videos, researching, like doing a website in the background, slowly but steadily getting it moving. Got to a point where I sort of I was like stalled out. Like didn't really know what to do. Then I was just scrolling through TikTok and I see this person, Andrew Tate. I was like, who is Andrew Tate? First thing I did, Google Andrew Tate, read his Wikipedia. I'm like, okay, this guy's like, seems all right. But I don't know if I trust this Hustlers University. So I sat on it for a week and I said, if I keep seeing more stuff, look, I'll probably do it. A week went past, again, had a look. I was like, all right. This is like sort of becoming like a sign. Third week, yep, I signed up. Best thing I've ever done. What I learned in the first, I reckon, 2 weeks of being with Hustlers just trumped the months of stuff I was trying to learn myself. It didn't make sense. I honestly, I couldn't believe I was sitting there asking professor questions. Like questions were getting answered straight away with detail. Completely, it pushed me forward, pushed me to like where I am today. Once I started in Hustlers, though, I was like, I wasn't making money. I was just learning. For like 3 or 4 months, I was just learning. Like tried products. Obviously, like some of them failed. Test and repeat. Just kept doing that and just trying to fine tune the machine. In that same time, I left my job. I said, like, don't want to do this anymore. So I left it at the end of June, actually. Left, just said, I'm going to focus hands down on this. Had like 10 or 15 grand saved up. Isn't much in the scheme of things, but I thought there is no plan B. Plan A. It has to go. It has to work. I don't want to set myself a big cushion, because if I set myself a big cushion, you become complacent and you become, I don't know, you fall into like a comfort zone. So if you're always on the edge and always sort of stressed and moving forward, it works out. So that's what I did, and it worked out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd say I'm the same kind of person as well. I don't like having a plan B because, as you say, it makes me lazy, makes me complacent, and I hate the stagnation in my life. I feels like I need to constantly be improving. So
That's true, because I see mates and stuff as well. They always say, you need a plan B. What are you going to do if it all fails? So if it's going to fail, I have the failure in my head. That's failing in itself. You shouldn't even have that in your head. It shouldn't even exist. You should just be one set. It's going to work. And if you believe in yourself that much that it's going to work always. Like it's hands down always going to work. Mm-hmm. But some people just don't see it.
And even if it doesn't, you'll still figure out like something else after. Like there's always more to do, as long as you don't give up. So
exactly. I mean, everyone's young. We're at the age now where it's like, you know what? You try and fail like 30, 40 times. Who cares? The worst case, I get to 45 years old, and you know what? At least I tried. Didn't work. I'll go back and do the job I was doing. It doesn't faze me. Like at least I tried. I can say, yep, I tried all this, and I tried the best I could. It didn't work for me, so it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm. But even through all those failures, there's so many skills you learn, and then those skills you don't actually realize in future it could all come together to then work out. If that makes sense.
100%. Yeah, there's like it's not like I wouldn't say it's a past life, but there's like I had like a past. There's 6 years of my life I was doing something completely different. Didn't know why I was doing it. It didn't make sense at the time. It was a bad situation I was in with like very like manipulated. It didn't work well. But after those 6 years, I came out of it. And I was like, oh, I see why I was in that situation. It's made me learn these skills that I will never lose, and they work just in everyday life. And they're so like there's something that money can't buy you. Like people go through life and they'll never learn that set of skills or learn how to communicate like that or how to work like that ever. But I learned it, and I'm so thankful for it.
And now to clarify for the audience, so you quit your 9 to 5 before having started making any kind of income in ecom. It was just within, did you say 2 weeks or within 1 month of joining Hustlers University?
About a month and a bit after joining Hustlers. Was it May, June? Yeah, probably a month, maybe about a month. I think it was June or July. It was something, one of the months. I forgot. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it was either June or July. I left, and yeah, it was making me like, it was actually, I would rather not have the money because it was making me sad. Like I was like miserable working there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be happier if I just leave and then take the risk, because if I keep staying here and just being miserable and keep getting drawn into the ground, it's not going to end well. So yeah, I left my well-paying job for ecom.